AirPods Pro. I like them. I like them a lot, but they've also been kind of problematic for me. There's a new report out that says Apple's thinking about releasing some new ones, second generation AirPods Pro with noise canceling during the second half of next year. I could not be looking forward to this more. Let me tell you why. If you guys have been following me for any amount of time, then you know I've had some issues with my AirPods Pro. That crackling sound, I don't know any better way to describe it, that happens when something goes wrong with the noise canceling technology inside. I made a whole video about it. So if you want to catch up, then you should go look for Daily Tech AirPods Pro noise canceling issue or something. I don't know. You'll find it. I forget what it was called. But a lot of people in the comments have had similar issues. And I think this is a fairly widespread thing with AirPods Pro. So am I looking forward to Apple coming out with a new version? Yes, because I'm assuming that they're going to get that fixed. Let me tell you guys something. I got a replacement for the AirPods Pros that were busted, that were messed up, that had the crackling issue, and they were great for many months. I don't know how many months, and then just in the last week or so, that issue has resurfaced, only on the right side. But it drives me nuts. And in order to fix it, to make it usable, I've just had to turn off the noise canceling. And that there goes like a big part of, the benefit and the reason for using AirPods Pro in the first place. Now, of course, I could send them back in and shoot for another replacement. The thing is, I just don't want to mess with it. I'm so busy already. It's a struggle to turn out all the content for the channel and for social media stuff already. It's just like one extra thing, messing with talking to support and getting, the package sent back, get the label, and getting new ones. I'm going to turn off the noise canceling for now, live with it because, I'm just going to treat them basically like old AirPods, the regular AirPods without noise canceling. At least I still get some of the noise isolation because of the way they fit in the ear. And, they're still comfortable. I'm going to live without the noise canceling right now because I'm tired of the hassle of having to send them back. And other than that too, I'm going to use the Beats Solo Pros that I use and love, that I've talked about a lot when I'm editing, content. Or maybe some studio headphones like this. These are some Sony monitoring headphones, nothing exciting, but something that you would use, professionally in a podcast or professional audio setting, some good, solid monitoring headphones. So I've got some other headphone options, but I'm really excited about a newer version, an updated version of AirPods Pros just for that fix. If nothing else changed and the marketing just said we fixed that noise crackling issue, I would be so happy. Now, of course, I'm sure that there's going to be some other kind of upgrade as well, whether that's health related or fitness related. I could definitely see that with the sensors that get built into and then, the different patents and rumors that I've been seeing. I could definitely see that. I'm sure there's going to be some great new features as well, but that's the one thing I really want to get fixed. It's too bad I'm going to have to wait this long. Now, just AirPods in general, I think there's a new pair of just plain old regular AirPods that are supposed to be coming out in the first half of 2021. And then the Pros are going to be coming out in the second half of the year. I guess it's worth touching on, just because I already mentioned some of the features that could be coming to future AirPods, what some of those things could be, the new features. Well, I think the big thing is just going to be health stuff. So Apple's coming at health from a variety of angles. You can pick up an Apple Watch and have all kinds of sensors at your disposal to monitor your heart rate. And maybe in the future, we're going to get like glucose monitoring. And so they're making a huge push into health. It only makes sense for health stuff to come to AirPods because it's just as much of a wearable as your Apple Watch. And for a lot of people, I'm not quite there, but I have them in a lot of the time to the point where my wife's like, do you ever take those out? If there's anything bad about those, it's going to affect you because you have them in so much. But a lot of people do. They're basically, part cybernetic because they have AirPods in all the time. But what if you could get AirPods as an alternative to the Apple Watch? Because some people are not so deep into the ecosystem that they're just going to have every Apple device out there. They're going to be making a decision. Should I get the Apple Watch or should I get this new version of AirPods with my bonus check, So if your AirPods with the sensors could detect heart rate and measure step count and do things like detect head movement, those are pretty cool things. And like the head movement, that's something that would augment the information that you could get with your Apple Watch, right? And all of this stuff, whether it's your Apple Watch or your AirPods, it's all going to play some kind of a role in Apple's upcoming AR environment and system, which is going to really be just a categorical shift, I think, the more I hear about it in how we interact with our devices. All these sensors are going to make a big difference when it comes to how we interact with the world. So I'm excited about this. If there's one other thing I would have Apple fix with the next version of AirPods Pro, these have been falling out of my ear occasionally. I never had that issue with the older version, the original AirPods. And I've had every version of AirPods that have come out. I've tested them. The old ones never fell out of my ears. Now, I understand. For a lot of people, it was the opposite. The new ones don't fall out, and the old ones did. And it's like impossible for Apple, I think at this point, to have dialed in a design that works for everybody 100% across the board. And even with the different tips, it doesn't matter what tip I use, it still have had an issue with it falling out. Usually, if I'm leaning over something, that's when one of them might fall out. If Apple could fix that, somehow that would be great. That would be my one other thing. Oh, and I guess the other thing that would be fun for them to add, I don't know if they will, and I actually really like the white look, but that would be to just add some other color options. Maybe black, maybe that's more of a Beats thing. It feels like Apple kind of reserves a lot of the colors in the headphone and earbud line for Beats. But if Apple ever merges Beats into itself, because of course we have AirPods Studio in the rumor lineup as well, which would be over-ear AirPods with all the benefits of the AirPods Pro, then maybe at that point we get some extra colors. I don't know. So, just to recap, I'm very excited about a new version of AirPods Pro coming down the line because I need it. Because this current situation, it's almost like it's almost hard to recommend. On the one hand, I love them and I recommend them to everybody, but on the other hand, it's like, be careful because I don't know what causes that issue. Maybe it's been determined what caused that issue, but it's almost like you're going to run into that issue at some point. And yeah, Apple does take care of it. They took care of mine, got a replacement, no issue. It wasn't, but it takes time though. And it's annoying. And it does mentally dent your image of Apple in terms of like the quality of the product. The experience is great, except for that one thing. So it needs to get fixed.